All right, how's everybody doing? I'll give everybody a few seconds to come on in. If you're coming in, please like and share as you come in. Please like and share as you come in. Let me know. Like and share as you coming in. Give it a second. Some people just getting off work. Give it a few seconds to notify people that I just went live, so we can come on in. Everybody see the docket for the day. We're going to talk about a few things. We'll go down the list. The Dallas Cowboys signed Andy Dalton to a 1-year deal. We're also going to talk about actually how bad was Jordan gambling problem really. Is the world ever going to get back to normal? Because I think we're going to have a hard time seeing, is the world ever going to get back to normal? And also, as far as the thing, is the sickness that we needed to restart the church? Because I'm starting to see a revamp in the church because of this stuff. And Earl Thomas held at gunpoint by his wife for cheating. I repeat, Earl Thomas was held at gunpoint by his wife for cheating. All right, so we're going to start with the first thing on the docket. All right, Dallas signed Andy Dalton to a 1-year contract. Now, I don't know what is Jerry Jones trying to do, whether Jerry Jones is trying to take a shot at Dak Prescott, because everybody knows he hasn't paid Dak yet. He's they say right now the negotiation is between, the difference is they just want a 1-year difference. Dak Prescott wants 1 year fewer. Jerry Jones wants to give him one more extra year. Dak Prescott, he wants to get 1 more year fewer because he wants to be able to renegotiate another contract inside the CBA. I think the CBA is for 10 years. I think the CBA is for 10 years, which is the agreement that they have, the players agreement. So that want to take Jerry to the bank twice this year. He said, I'm not going to stick you up once, Jerry. I'm going to stick you up twice. So we're going to see how that goes. And I don't know whether this Andy Dalton situation is because Dallas really needs a real backup, which they really do, because right now the backup is Cooper Rush. And everybody know Cooper Rush is, if you know football, then you know Cooper Rush is. Right now he's the backup. Whether he's a qualified backup, whether he is the most safe backup, if something was to happen to Dak, we don't know. Right now, Dak has a perfect track record as of right now of his career. Dak has played every game so far. Dak has not been injured. Dak has played it out. He hasn't missed any games. He's balled out. He's done great for the Cowboys. He's the best quarterback they had in a while. So they really do anything with Dak. Shout out to Dak. And people who want to know Andy Dalton would be a good backup if he's just a backup. What people don't know is, even though all them Cincinnati teams that was going in the playoffs, they never won a playoff game. Dak Prescott, with 1 playoff win, has more wins than Andy Dalton does in 8 years. So let's not forget that. Even though Andy Dalton has been in the game for 8 years, he still does not have more playoff wins than Dak Prescott. Period. He just doesn't have it. It just is what it is. He just does not have that more wins than him. Like I said, the Cowboys, Jerry Jones is being Jerry Jones. So I'm hoping that this Andy Dalton wasn't a trick to try to get Dak Prescott to pressure him to sign before he really wants to in the deal. And it's really just to have a great quality backup, which the Cowboys were lacking, a great quality backup. And I think Andy Dalton couldn't fill that role, even though, because right now, they said the guaranteed on the contract it's $3 million guaranteed, but with incentives and all kind of bonuses, he can make up the $7 million in this 1 year. Which I find it kind of weird that Andy Dalton was able to, even though it's a backup role, Andy Dalton was able to find a job before Cam. It's neither here nor there. Whether teams know that Cam doesn't want to be a backup, that may have something to do with it. We're not sure whether. Is that the case? So we don't know. So they try to make it seem, let's make it is what it is. We'll figure out whether it is what it is or does it Andy Dalton really want to be a backup, while Cam is in the backup. Shout out to Jameis Winston, who I think made a very wise decision by taking his talent to the Saints, because I think that's going to be a great role for Jameis to be a backup and learn under Drew Brees and learn under Sean Payton and just really learn. Because right now I think it's Tatum Hill. I think he's officially the backup, but I think it's good for Jameis to just learn, because I think everybody believes in Jameis Winston's talent, hands down. Everybody knows that Jameis Winston is a talented guy. There's no denying Jameis Winston talent. But the question with Jameis comes in is that how do we stop Jameis from throwing all these interceptions? And that's where it gets a little iffy with Jameis. That's right now. That is Jameis. That's Jameis' biggest problem. Jameis, stop throwing the interceptions. That's all we want. Jameis, stop the interceptions. So now, if Drew Brees and Andy Dalton, if they can help with that, they will be great. I think if they can handle that, they will be very on. It'll be a great marriage of quarterback knowledge. So shouts out to Jameis if he can get it together with that. Okay. Also, on another hand, why isn't Cam signed? What are they waiting on? Are they waiting for the world, I guess, to open back up so that their doctors can look at Cam, which I can understand some teams have some questions about Cam. They want to be able to look at his shoulders. Let's make sure that thing is really right, because we're not sure, you know what I'm saying? We're not sure is we getting the absolute truth from Cam's team and also from the Panthers staff, even though the Panthers already cut him, but they had previous medical records, and nobody knows whether those medical records were true or doctored up. Because you know how teams is. If those who remember, the Miami Dolphins missed out on Drew Brees because of a failed physical by the Miami doctor, which could have potentially changed Miami Dolphins franchise, period. Even though they have two now, but Drew Brees was supposed to be a Miami Dolphin, but the physician at that time failed his physical, and he went to the Saints. The Saints passed him. History. Super Bowl win later. How many Pro Bowls later? It changed their facility. Changed it for the best. So shouts out to those guys. We're gonna see how that go. My next is everybody been watching The Last Dance. Everybody's been on it. I've been watching it. There's no sports going on. So right now, pretty much The Last Dance has captivated the whole audience. All right, sweetheart. The Last Dance has took over sports. It is the sports for right now. We are watching old Jordan highlights, which is taking over sports. And on The Last Dance, there are a lot of controversial things. One being the Isaiah Thomas not being on the 92 Dream Team. Which anybody knows basketball, Isaiah not being on that team is, my God, forget questionable, is a robbery. At least you can at least say that. I don't care what you think about Isaiah. Isaiah Thomas was supposed to be on that 92 Dream Team. And was it because of Mike, his bad blood with Mike? Was it because of his bad blood with Larry? Was it because even though people don't realize Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas were best friends for a long time. But what happened was when Magic caught HIV, Isaiah Thomas said made some innuendos, he would disrespect the Magic. That's what it was, disrespect the Magic. So him and Magic at that time were not on the best of terms. If you saw later on, the NBA did a whole series where him and Magic finally got together and discussed it, and they both apologized, and they both have mended their relationship, which is 30 years later, but them brothers mended their relationship. But so many things going on. So that was one of the things. Another thing came up was Jordan gambling problem. Now, see, with that, it gets a little gray. Mike said he doesn't have a gambling problem. Mike said he got a competition problem, which you can gauge it how you want to gauge it. Mike said he has a competition problem. So that's on Mike. You call it competition. And if those who don't know who watched the documentary, I think they said Mike lost over he owed one fella $1.5 million just on the golf course gambling. So Mike would even gamble for $1. He did this with guys he knew weren't gonna gamble for a lot of money. He gambled with the guys that gambled for $1. Mike also gambled with the guys that gamble for 100,000, 200,000. Cause see, the thing about it, Mike like the casino. You never gonna beat the casino. The difference is that Michael Jordan is the casino. Michael Jordan, he has the money. Hey guys, if you're coming in, please like and share. I'm trying to get my algorithm up. Thank you guys. Please like and share. So he is at the casino. Mike is the casino. You can't beat the bank. And so that's one of the issues. They talk about the gambling issue. They kind of brushed it under the rug and let it be what it's going to be. Also, they talk about the whole thing with Mike and his guy running for Senate in his state, North Carolina. He said he don't want to get involved in politics, which peeled up some more scab room for some people to remember that. That's before my time. That was one of the things. But the thing I like about the Jordan documentary, I tell people, I'm 32 years old. So the Jordan I remember is not that first Bulls run. See, that first Bulls run, that's when Michael Jordan was athletic. He was flying through air dominant. I was watching basketball the second Bulls run, which Mike had what I call, he had that great old man game. He gonna post you up. He gonna fade away. If you leave it open, he's still jamming on you, but not to the extent of that first three-peat Mike. So I think that's what people got to remember. And I think with this documentary, a lot of people are getting a peek inside of Michael Jordan, inside the world he was. He still ain't no LeBron James. I still think LeBron James is the GOAT. That's just how I feel about it. Oh well. LeBron James is the GOAT. That's just how I feel about it. LeBron the GOAT. I don't care what you say. LeBron is the GOAT. Bron is the GOAT. So that is what it is with that. Bron is the GOAT. But I think, even though Michael Jordan get all his flowers, I think he might get more flowers as far as just being the sneaker guy more than basketball. And I think this documentary is putting more of a light on the basketball Mike and not so much the brand Mike. This is the basketball guy. It's behind the scenes guy, but really good documentary. Like I said, the only thing we got going to sports right now is The Last Dance. So shout out them for The Last Dance. All right. Also, I got a question. What's going on with the sickness? With the what I want to call it, because I know if you said it the wrong name, but the with the sickness, I'm gonna call it the sickness. Everybody know what the sickness is going on right now. Do we think that things will ever be back to normal? Will we ever have a norm? Is walking up and dapping strangers going to be a thing we talked about to our grandchildren? Like, man, I remember when you used to walk up to a guy who you didn't know and be able to dap him up and show him love. Is that going to be like the new thing? Because now everybody, when I'm eating, I'm fist pounding. But a lot of people they're keeping their distances. They're elbow tapping. They're like, stay away from me. Is this the new norm? Like, I don't know. But I'm hoping things get back to normal. I know people are eating outside now. There's so many rules. And we know that it's also for the best of us so that we won't get sick or, so we all can survive. But I just, I hope things get back to the norm. The kids are still, we know the kids won't go back to school, but it's just a lot of situations and a lot of things being kind of like inconvenient, I guess, would be a way to say it, even though, inconvenient is kind of being petty when people are actually losing their life. So we pray for all those who dealing with the sickness and pray their strength back. Okay, now I got to talk about this. Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas, guys. Now, Earl Thomas is married. Been married for 4 years now. He got married in 2016. This is all allegedly. Earl Thomas and his wife got into a disagreement about his drinking problem. That she alleged he has a drinking problem. So he gets mad and he leaves with his brother. And he leaves with his brother. His wife hacked into his social media and she found out where he was at, and she tracks him down and find him there with his brother with a two other young ladies, allegedly. And she pulled out a pistol on them. And what she said, which I believe, but people get killed for not knowing too. Ignorance not bliss. Ignorance can kill you. She pulled a gun on him. She thought the gun was empty because she took the clip out. But her not knowing, even when you take the clip out, there is a bullet still in the chamber. So she points the gun at him while her friend is there with a knife, I guess chasing the other young ladies, trying to scare them. She pulls a gun on him. He wrestles the gun. He could have died. She wrestled the gun. He wrestled the gun from him. The cops came and all this happened. And now he just like, we're praying to be back on good terms. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a question. Now I know we use the word, if my wife catch me cheating, she gonna kill me. Or if I catch her cheating, I'm gonna kill her. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get her. What would you do if you're really in that predicament? She really had a gun. Now, her intent was to actually scare him. But in her attempt to scare him, she could have actually killed him. Because if she would have pulled that trigger, he would be gone today. But thank God that the trigger didn't get pulled. He wrestled from her. The cops came. And it looks like they're trying to work things out. Because I guess everybody was caught up in the moment. That's a big moment to have. Like they're trying to work things out because they do have children involved. And they are a family, a world family unit. So all I'm praying for him to get rid of, I don't know, is the woman had the gun to his head. She said she was trying to scare him. He was scared. Any drinking problem he had, he didn't have after that. Because that brother was scared. Earl Thomas, and didn't know the accident actually happened on April 13th. I guess now that the paperwork is public, and now TMZ and other news outlets got hold of the paperwork. So now it's just public knowledge. I'm like, man, she tracks this man down. Oh, I said, women should always have a job. Because an angry woman can be an investigator. And if she needs a job, I think she should go down to the, be a policeman, be a detective. Because God knows they will find out some things when they want to find out something. But when they don't want to find out something, they don't want to know it, whatever. But I thought that was very, very, very crazy. That was very, very crazy. But good to see, like I said, they are family unions, so they're trying to work things out because there's a lot of things involved. There's a lot of moving pieces, so I'm glad they're working it out. I also know in this time off, everybody has had a chance. It's like content overload. Everybody got good content. Shout out to Netflix because Netflix now up their content game. Netflix is showing a lot of good shows right now. A lot of good series they have right now. A lot of good things going on right now. I posted on Facebook last night. Last night I was watching It Man. The final. It Man the final, which I love It Man. It Man is for those who don't know what It Man is. When you watch the Netflix, it says IP Man. But I'm watching the last one. He always had the fighting scenes. They had a fighting scene went viral like 2 years ago with Mike Tyson, which is on It Man 3. Love it. One of my favorites. It's a movie, but I call it the movie series. Best ever. Check it out. Another good show you guys can watch it because a lot of people are quarantined. People like me though, I have to go to work, but a lot of people who stay home. If you on Netflix, Ozark, Queen of the South. I think it's Nothing to Lose. It's the new movie with the brother from Wu-Tang, the brother that played RZA. He's in a couple of movies. It's just a lot of good stuff right now. It's for whatever you want to watch. I'm talking about from good cartoons to me and my son the other day we watched Onward, which is a great cartoon movie. Surprisingly, it's Onward is about a fictitious world about the blue characters, but it's a really good story. It's almost a tearjerker. It's almost one of the movies that make I ain't gonna say to make you cry, but it make your eyeballs sweat a little bit. Not a lot, but it make your eyeballs sweat a little bit. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tell a friend. If you're coming in late, coming in at all, you're watching this after it's already premiere. Guys, please like and share. Tell a friend about it. You like the comment. You like it? Comment. You don't? Comment. Tell a friend. Like and share. Thank you guys signing out. That's episode 23. If you get enough comments, I'm thinking about going live again tonight to just see what you guys say, just to see if I get some good comments, just to kind of reiterate, especially on the Earl Thomas thing. Ladies, y'all can be crazy sometimes. But anyway, guys, like and share. Episode 23 signing out, baby.